We have with us today Kristin Thomasgard. She's the Program Director for the Department of Defense Readiness and Environmental Protection Integration Program. Ms. Thomasgard provides policy and guidance to the military services land protection partnerships at 72 locations in 27 states. She previously worked with the Army's Sustainable Range Program. It's good to have you with us today, Kristin.
Thank you, Jim.
Could you briefly explain to us the purpose of the REPI program, which is the Readiness and Environmental Protection Integration Program, and what your work is as the Program Director?
Sure, Jim. Well, first of all, the REPI program is really the Department of Defense's comprehensive program for bringing military installations, communities, and the environment together. So as the Program Director, my responsibility is to really seek creative ways to protect military value and to increase commander flexibility in order to conduct their training missions. And we do that through the prevention, the removal or the mitigation of training restrictions that really prevent our military's ability to test, train, and operate. So in that role, I also oversee a robust intergovernmental and non-governmental engagement strategy and provide policy and guidance to the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps' land partnership programs to ensure military compatibility and sustainability across the country.
Sure, and as part of that, you work closely with state governments and local governments and community organizations.
Absolutely. State governments and local governments are a key component of our partners around the country and at our military installations.
So you've been involved with NCSL and our Military and Veterans Affairs Task Force, and we're pleased to be involved with you as well. What have you seen in terms of the benefits of working with the NCSL Task Force, which is made up of state legislators and legislative staff from states where there's a significant military presence?
Absolutely. The Department of Defense has been very pleased to partner with NCSL since 2003, and we really have valued that relationship as a way to protect our military installations and the vital communities that support those military installations across the country. The Military and Veterans Affairs Task Force specifically is really the primary forum that the Department of Defense uses to engage with state officials on a number of issues associated with military installations and military issues across the country, whether we're talking about innovative solutions to protect land around military bases, renewable energy siting, job training for veterans, support for families during deployments, or community military partnerships. We have relied very heavily upon the Military and Veterans Affairs Task Force to do that. It's really a shining example of state DoD collaboration on issues that are of mutual concern to the military and the states that host our military installations. The recently released NCSL report Preparing for Duty, State Policy Options and Sustaining Military Operations is a tremendous resource and tool, and really it's provided a range of policy options to state legislators that should be considered in supporting military and community partnerships and seeking opportunities to sustain compatible land uses and to prevent encroachment. Really some tremendous tools have been developed, and the task force has been a true asset to the Department of Defense.
Well, I know our members have appreciated working with you and have taken a lot of the ideas that they hadn't previously implemented to heart and gone back home and passed legislation. So in terms of today's task force meeting, what are any impressions that you took away from our meeting today, and anything in the past and what you might see going forward with the group?
Absolutely. I'm always impressed with the NCSL Military and Veterans Affairs Task Force. It's really made up of legislators who are true advocates for their constituents and who truly care about the military and military issues and have taken tremendous action to make a difference for the military, for the families in their states. There are always so many meaningful questions, the tools, the resources, the ideas that are shared have been truly valuable to the Department of Defense across the country. The opportunities that we have to come together to hear about ideas in one location and how that could be applicable in other locations is a truly educational opportunity for the Department of Defense. I think that's one of the true values of participation, and I have been continuously impressed with the caliber of the staff and the folks who work with the task force. It's really been a great resource. On behalf of the Department of Defense, I certainly want to thank the Military and Veterans Affairs Task Force for the hard work that they have put into protecting military installations across the country. And we definitely look forward to building upon what we've already accomplished and continuing to look for opportunities to protect the neighboring communities, to support the states, and to support the military across the nation. It's a really great opportunity for us.
And we're thankful too for the support of your office in working with us and really reaching out in a meaningful way to state legislators and all of us that work on these important issues. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim.